Have you ever been around someone who seems friendly on the surface, but intuitively you feel that something isn't quite right? Have you ever felt a subtle discomfort, an intuition that tells you that there is something dark behind that smile? Carl Jung, one of the greatest researchers of the human mind, spoke about a fundamental concept, the shadow. The shadow is the hidden part of ourselves that we deny, but which often manifests itself in how we treat others. When someone experiences hatred, envy, or resentment, they try to hide it, but never completely. The signs are there, subtle but undeniable. Today, I will reveal 8 undeniable signs that indicate that someone close to you harbors hostile feelings, even if they do their best to hide them. Be careful, because the 8th sign is the most insidious of all and can turn your perception of some people upside down. The first is sarcasm and contempt disguised as irony. Hidden hostility does not always manifest itself openly. Some people prefer to express it through sarcastic jokes, barbs, or caustic irony. They mock things that are sensitive to you. But when you try to point this out, they respond with phrases like, "I was just joking, don't be so touchy," or, "You just don't have a sense of humor." This is particularly insidious behavior because it leaves you feeling uncomfortable, while the other person maintains the mask of a harmless joker. In fact, repeated irony on certain topics is a clear sign of hidden contempt. If their jokes always leave you feeling humiliated or belittled, and more importantly, if they repeat themselves over time on the same topics, it's not just humor, but a sign of suppressed hostility. Jung argued that our personal shadow is projected onto others in subtle and sometimes even unintentional ways. When someone constantly uses irony to attack certain aspects of your personality, they are revealing what they cannot accept in themselves. The second is subtle sabotage. If someone close to you feels threatened by your success or growth, they may try to sabotage you in covert ways. Sabotage is not always obvious and straightforward. Sometimes it manifests itself in bad advice, distorted information, or small mistakes that, when added together, prevent you from achieving your goals. A friend who forgets to tell you important information. A family member who inadvertently omits key details. A colleague who mistakenly complicates your work. At first glance, this may seem like innocent carelessness. But if such accidents happen repeatedly at critical moments, it is worth considering whether they are really accidents. Jung explained that if a person cannot come to terms with their failures, they may unconsciously project their frustration onto others, preventing them from moving forward so that they themselves do not feel worse. The third is silent competition. Some people cannot accept your success without feeling the need to surpass you. Each of your victories is immediately accompanied by their attempt to draw attention to themselves, belittle your success, and present it as insignificant. If you share good news, instead of congratulating you, they respond with something like, "Well, I had that too," or "I did even better." This unspoken competition often stems from deep-seated complexes. Jung argued that shadow projection causes people to see in others the qualities they cannot develop in themselves. Those who feel inferior will try to belittle you or compete with you to avoid confronting their own insecurity. The fourth is feigned kindness. Those who secretly hate you may mask it with false concern. At first glance, they seem kind and say the right things, but there is something missing in their words and actions: sincerity. When you need help, they minimize your problem, make excuses, and come up with reasons not to help. But most importantly, when you succeed, their enthusiasm seems fake or non-existent. Why does this happen? Jung spoke of ego dissociation, in which some people are emotionally distant from those around them, leading to coldness and an inability to sincerely support others. This can lead to coldness in relationships, an inability to rejoice for others, and a subconscious desire to devalue the achievements of others. But at the root of this phenomenon are deep internal conflicts. Someone cannot accept their own failures, so your success annoys them. Someone envies you but cannot admit it even to themselves. Someone sees in you a reflection of who they would like to be but could not become. Such people are afraid to show sincere support because then they would have to admit that you have achieved something better than them. Someone who is genuinely happy for you will never make your victory seem insignificant. Someone who secretly envies or despises you will always find a way to devalue your success. Choose those who support you, not those who smile artificially at you but rejoice in your failures behind your back. Fifth, control under the guise of care. Some people try to control your life by disguising it as concern and a desire to help. They claim that they want the best for you, but in reality, their motives are completely different. They criticize your every decision, making you doubt your own adequacy. They undermine your self-confidence by pretending to simply give you good advice. They question your ability to make decisions, making you feel dependent on their opinion. Why do they do this? Carl Jung argued that the need to control others stems from a fear of inner chaos. When a person cannot cope with their emotions, they seek to control the lives of others to avoid confronting their own instability. This means that those who try to subjugate you to their will are actually afraid of losing control of themselves. Control under the guise of care is a form of manipulation that destroys your independence and self-confidence. Remember, true care does not make you dependent, but gives you the strength to go your own way. True support does not suppress you, but helps you grow. Those who truly love you do not try to control your life. You have the right to be the master of your own destiny. Do not let anyone take that power away from you. 6. Gossip and criticism. If someone has negative feelings toward you, they won't tell you to your face. Instead, they will talk about you behind your back, spreading gossip, rumors, and criticism to undermine your authority and ruin your life. Why do people gossip? They envy you. Your success reminds them of their own failures. They feel weak, so they try to belittle you to feel better about themselves. They fear you and want to ruin your reputation before you become even stronger. Carl Jung argued that those who spread negativity about others are actually projecting their own weaknesses, meaning they are not telling the truth about you. They are revealing their own nature. How can you protect yourself from gossipers and critics? Don't react emotionally. Gossipers feed off your reaction. If you get angry, make excuses, or attack in response, they enjoy it. The best way is to ignore them or respond with cold calm. Talk only to those you trust. Do not share personal information with those who can use it against you. Keep important details of your life within a small circle of trusted people. Take action, don't make excuses. Rumors only survive when people have no counterexamples. You don't need to prove with words that they are lying. Just live in such a way that your actions speak for you. Recognize hidden envy. If someone constantly speaks ill of others, sooner or later they will start speaking ill of you. Remember, those who bring you gossip will inevitably carry your words to others. Don't let their words affect your self-esteem. If someone speaks badly about you, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. People don't discuss those who don't interest them. If you are being discussed, it means you are important. Gossip and criticism are tools used by weak people who cannot openly oppose you. That is why they attack you from the shadows. Remember, real friends talk to you, not about you. Strong people discuss ideas, weak people discuss other people. If people are talking about you behind your back, it means you are ahead of them. 7th. Resentment of your success. People who genuinely care about you are truly happy for your success. They are proud of your achievements, support you, and inspire you to reach new heights. But if someone secretly envies you, they will not be able to hide their irritation. How does this manifest itself? A cold or distant reaction. They don't want to show their envy, but they can't sincerely rejoice. Sarcasm and passive aggression. Their comments sound like a joke, but behind them lies irritation and resentment. Attempts to devalue your success. They try to reduce your success to chance or insignificance so as not to acknowledge your superiority. Competition instead of support. Instead of sincerely rejoicing for you, they try to outdo you. They don't want to acknowledge your success, but instead try to draw attention to themselves. Open irritability and distancing. Some people even start avoiding you when things are going well for you. They communicate with you less than before. They become cold or irritable. They don't engage in conversation about your successes. They feel uncomfortable around you because your success reminds them of their own failures. Life is too short to waste on those who can't be happy for you. Remember, those who truly care about you will be proud of your successes. Those who resent your success were never your allies. 8th. Nonverbal cues. Negative emotions always find their way into body language, even if a person tries to hide them. We may not hear angry words or see overt aggression, but the body always reveals true feelings. As Jung said, the body and the unconscious never lie. Human intuition is a powerful tool. If you feel that something is wrong, it is most likely true. How can you protect yourself from people who hide their hostility? Trust your intuition. If something seems strange, even if the person behaves in a friendly manner on the surface, do not ignore your feelings. Observe their behavior in different situations. If someone is genuinely happy for you, it's always obvious. If they are annoyed by your success but try to hide it, their gestures will give them away. Limit your contact with those who pretend. If a person has to pretend to be happy for you, then they are not your ally. Don't try to expose them. The best way to neutralize a hypocrite is to ignore them and move on. Words can lie, but the body tells the truth. If your intuition tells you that someone is jealous of you or hiding hostility, it is most likely true. True friends do not make you doubt yourself. Remember, if you have to guess whether someone is treating you well, then the answer is already obvious. How to protect yourself from hidden hostility? Now that you know the 8 undeniable signs of hidden hostility, it is important to understand how to protect yourself from such people and their influence. First, trust your intuition. If you feel uncomfortable around someone, even if they are acting friendly, don't ignore that feeling. Your intuition picks up on the slightest signals that your conscious mind may not be aware of. Second, set boundaries. Don't let such people use you or influence your emotional state. Clearly define your boundaries. I don't like such jokes. I don't want to discuss this topic. I value my achievements and don't need comparisons. If a person continues to violate your boundaries, it is not an accident. Third, do not play their game. Some people subconsciously provoke you, causing you to doubt yourself, compete, or defend yourself. Don't give in. If someone uses sarcasm, say, "Do you really need to express yourself that way?" If they belittle your success, say, "It's important to me that I achieved this, and I don't need approval." If they shift the conversation to themselves, don't respond. They are looking for recognition, not dialogue. Fourth, limit communication. If you see that a person is systematically undermining you, even after attempts to set boundaries. Reduce contact. Don't share things that are important to you with them. Don't expect support from them. If possible, distance yourself emotionally and physically. 5th. Pay attention to actions, not words. People may say they are your friends, but if their actions say otherwise, then their words mean nothing. Do they support you in difficult times? Are they genuinely happy for your success? Do they use your success against you? True friends do not make you doubt yourself. 6th. Work on your self-esteem. The stronger your self-confidence, the less influence such people will have on you. Don't wait for approval from others if you feel you've made the right choice. Don't try to prove your worth to those who don't want to recognize it. Learn to rejoice in your victories, even if no one supports you. 7th. Develop an environment that suits you. If someone constantly sabotages you, criticizes you, or secretly competes with you, ask yourself why this person is still around. Surround yourself with people who sincerely rejoice for you, inspire you, and support you. Remember, your success, your joy, and your life should not depend on hidden approval. You deserve people who see your value without struggle or competition. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to the Flow of Thoughts channel. The next video may be the next step for you. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.